Hello and welcome to the Start and Succeed show. My name is Kelly, I'm your host, and I'm here every single week sharing tips, insights, strategies, and more to help you build and grow successful businesses that really allow you to drive forward with purpose, with passion, and to help you live a life that truly aligns with you, with your wants, your needs, and your desires. Now, today I want to talk to you all about change. Now, people think sometimes that change is a negative thing, but actually, change is such an important process to go through. It helps you to learn so much and it helps you to achieve so many amazing things, be that for yourself or for other people. So, today's episode is what got you here won't get you there. It's all about change. Now, you need to feel change. We all do. We have to feel change because we need to be challenged. We have to continue to push forward in our lives and in our business to be better, to think better, to act better. So, just doing the same thing day in, day out, it's only going to produce the same results. So nothing's ever going to change. If you're going to continue to do exactly the same thing, you can't expect different results. So you need to do something different. And to do something different requires change to happen. Now, hopefully, this isn't you, but if it is, you might be somebody that just wishes everything would fall into place, for things to be easy, for things to happen with very little effort. But to experience real noticeable change in your life and in your business, you have to go through a period of uncertainty. You have to go through a period of self-doubt, and you are going to be pushed outside of your comfort zone. That's just the way it works. Now, if that is how you feel, well, and it may not be that you feel like that all the time, we've all been there. I sometimes wish that things would be easier, don't get me wrong, but we have to continually push ourselves to go through this change process so that we can achieve bigger and better things, so that we can live lives that are actually aligned with what we want and what we need, and to help us to build amazing businesses that provide our customers with amazing services that truly transform their lives. Now, the change process, it actually helps you to level up, to decide that you can achieve bigger and better things, and so that you can understand deep down that you can make anything happen if you want it to. Now, that isn't saying that you can do everything, and trust me, you can't. And I've done another episode on that, so go back and look at previous episodes because you shouldn't have to do everything. You have your own zone of genius, you have things that you are really good at, and there are things that you aren't so good at, or you may not even know how to do. So you may have to get somebody else to help you on that journey. But you have to understand deep down that whatever it is that you're aiming for, whatever goal it is that you have set for yourself, you can achieve it, but you have to go through that period of change. So, throughout your life, and throughout my life, and throughout everybody's life, we've all set some pretty amazing goals. I know we have. I definitely have. I know my clients and my customers have. I know that my friends and my family have. So, no doubt you have yourself, either for your personal life or for your business. Now, maybe these goals might be to bring in more income. It might be to add additional revenue streams to your business. It might be to lose weight or to manifest new and rewarding relationships in your life. There are so many areas that you might have focused on in the past or you want to focus on now with a desire to actually see some change, to be in a different place to where you are today. Now, you may have also found that sometimes making progress towards achieving these goals and maintaining consistency along the way is tough. And it is, isn't it? It's a hard slog. But I can assure you, right here and right now, you're not the only one to have felt this way. I've been there many, many times. I know many people that have also found it a hard slog on their journeys. It's just part of the process. We all experience setbacks from time to time. We're only human, right? Now, there's a mantra that I like to keep in my mind when things aren't necessarily going the way that I thought they would, or it's feeling a bit tougher than I thought it would be, and maybe when I've started to question why I'm actually doing something. And that mantra is, if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. So if I'm feeling pretty rubbish about something, maybe something hasn't gone to plan, I keep in my mind that if it's not challenging me, it's not changing me. It's not changing my life, my business, and it's not allowing me to move forward. It's actually making me feel like I'm not progressing anyway at all. So try and keep that in your mind as you go through that process. So in today's episode, and I'm not going to be around here for too long today, but I just want to share some tips with you to help you on this change journey. And these have been designed using insight from me, the journeys that I've been on in my life, nearly 40 years of my life, and also from the lives of my clients and my customers who have shared some of the challenges that they've gone through and how they've overcome them and how they've actually achieved the goals that they've set for themselves. So the first one is to show up, and it's showing up every single day for you and for your dreams. It's being present in the here and the now. It's being consistent in what you do, and it's being authentic in everything that you do. Now, this one, I could have put it into 3 parts, but it's all kind of linked. So, showing up for yourself and your dreams. It's being here in this moment. So, as you're listening to this podcast episode, it's taking the time out from everything else to just listen, to absorb, and then time after to reflect and to determine if you can use any of this information to help you move forward. It might be that you're sat and you're talking to a friend, but at the same time you're scrolling through Facebook on your phone. You're not being present. So take time to be present with the people that are around you in the thing that you are doing, because this thing may never happen again. These people may not be here tomorrow. So be present. Show up for yourself. Show up for your dreams. Now, another one in there is to be consistent. So when you're showing up for yourself and your dreams, you have to be consistent in doing so. You have to commit time and effort to actually doing the things that you need to do to achieve the things in your life that you set out to. And while you're doing that, you have to be authentic. Now, if you show up and you're trying to be somebody else because you think that's the mold that you need to fit into, you're not going to feel like you're being true to you internally. And that is going to be seen by everybody, even if it's not straight away. It will soon start to come through in the cracks. So you need to be authentic and show up for yourself. You are unique. You are the only one of you. You have your views. It doesn't matter if you are showing somebody something that somebody else has already been out there and shown. You are sharing your message in your own way. You are putting your spin on things. You are using your experiences in your life journey to share your story with people. You are sharing your experiences to help you achieve things in your own way. So show up and be you. Be proud about the person that you are. It doesn't matter if you have a particular accent. It doesn't matter if you have a lisp. It doesn't matter if every other word that you say is I know I do it a lot. Just be you. Show up for yourself more than anybody else in this world. Be true to who you are. Be true to what it is that you are trying to achieve. Now, the next tip is to take action. No matter how big or how small a step is that you're going to be taking, it's a step forward. It's action taken, and it's bringing you closer to your goals. Now, don't get too hung up on taking massive, humongous strides at first. Take small baby steps and increase your momentum so that you can move on to bigger and chunkier things. Now, I know I have some pretty amazing goals right now. And to be honest, I don't know how I'm going to reach them. I don't know all of the steps, but I know the first one that I'm going to take. And I know when I take that step, the next step will appear. And then once I'm feeling more confident in that process, I'll do bigger and better things. I'll do things that make me feel uncomfortable. I'll do things that really put me in or outside of my comfort zone. So take action. Decide what it is that you want. Decide what step you can take today to get there. Doesn't have to be getting there tomorrow. It's about taking that first step and the journey will uncover itself. The next step, or next tip, should I say, is to create challenges for yourself and reward yourself for the effort that you're making in actually trying to achieve these things. Now, the reason that I say this is because sometimes these goals that we have, they are so big, we may not be able to achieve them in the next month, the next year. It might be that that goal is way off. So there are going to be times when you feel a bit rubbish about the way things are going. There might be times when you feel like you're not actually making the progress that you thought you would. It might be that you get something come up that throws you off track and you're going to feel self-doubt. You're going to feel like you're not achieving things. You're going to feel like this may never happen for you. So rewarding yourself on the journey, setting yourself some challenges is going to help keep you focused on that particular goal. And it's going to reward you for the effort that you are making in working towards achieving it. Now, I would recommend that you set yourself a series of small challenges to achieve and to have rewards in place for when you achieve them so that you've got something to look forward to on this journey. Now, I personally wouldn't make them monetary or anything to do with food. And to be honest, I'll tell you why. So, monetary rewards, A, you may not be able to afford it. B, you want to make sure that the money that you do spend is well spent. Now, it's up to you if you do decide to use a monetary value. As I say, it wouldn't be something that I would particularly focus on. I would focus on something more like self-care, something that you enjoy, maybe a leisure experience, taking time out with friends, maybe going on a small holiday, something that isn't going to break the bank, but something that makes you feel good about yourself. The other reason that I wouldn't use food, and this is more of a personal thing to me, just sharing a bit about me. So I am always on a weight journey. I'm never 100% happy with how I feel. And sometimes previously, I would set myself a goal of I will treat myself to this bar of chocolate once I've lost so many kilos. Now, what happens is I buy myself the bar of chocolate. It sits in my fridge, and I know that it's there for when I lose the goal that I've set or the weight that I've set. But what actually happens is a really rubbish day comes along. Something really trips me up and takes me off track, and I feel rubbish. So, what's the first thing that I do? I go to my fridge. I know there's a bar of chocolate. I eat the bar of chocolate and then I feel worse because I've eaten chocolate which I didn't really want or need. I've only done it because it's an emotional response. But also, I've actually failed the challenge that I set myself. So I'm starting again. So that's my two things. I wouldn't set monetary and I wouldn't set anything to do with food as a reward, but something that's going to make you feel better. A self-care thing, so maybe going to get your hair done, your nails done, maybe going and treating yourself to something, maybe an afternoon tea with your partner, maybe just spending some time with some friends, whatever it is. Set yourself some challenges and give yourself a reward for meeting those challenges because it's really going to help you on that journey. Now, another thing is to keep track of your progress. Now, understanding the process, what the process that you're going through and the progress that you've made on that journey, the things that you've achieved, the challenges that you've come across, they're going to give you an opportunity to review what has worked well and what has not worked so well. And it's also going to give you the motivation to continue, because you're going to see that you've actually made progress. You're starting to see results. So keep track of your progress as you go on this journey towards your goals, and understand that not everything is going to go your way. There are going to be things that come across that you didn't expect. There are going to be things that trip you up. There are going to be days when you just don't feel like it. It's fine. Track the progress, look at what it is that you've done. So review that progress. What's worked well? What can you use again to help you moving forward? What hasn't worked so well? What are you not going to do again because it didn't work? The next tip is to learn from failures. So again, coming back to this review process and what hasn't worked well, we have to learn from the failures. So you have to be honest with yourself. You have to accept that there are going to be things that fail, things that just don't work out as you expected them to, and things that no matter how hard you try, there's something that's out of your control that's stopping you from achieving it, and there is nothing that you can do about it. Now, I'm not saying that's always going to happen, but it is a possibility. Now, failures are very, very often seen as a negative thing, very much like change. But there is a lesson to be learned in every failure or every challenge that you have, be that in life or in business. And as such, you can fail. You can fail fast and you can fail forward. It's a term a lot of people use. You can look at what has happened. You can look at what could have been done differently. And you can look at what you can take from that process and what you can learn from, so that you can see success in the next time that you come across a similar situation. So fail fast, fail forward. Understand that not everything's going to go to plan. Look at why it may have failed. Look at what you can learn from the process, and think about what you're going to do if this comes up again on your journey. Guaranteed, there are going to be things that do crop up multiple times that you cannot ever foresee. So if you know it's happened before and you've reviewed what has happened in that moment, and I would say do it at that moment, because we very quickly forget. What is it that we did? How did we respond to it? What did we learn? What are we going to do this next time that it happens? And then the last tip is to appreciate the journey. So important. All too often, we can be so wrapped up in a situation that we actually forget the journey that we're on. We forget to appreciate that we are making waves. We are moving forward. We are on this amazing journey. We forget that our journeys are unique to us and that there is an actual bigger picture. So carve out time in your diary just for reflection. Now, this time is really for you to think about where you are, both in life and in business, to tune in and think about how you are actually feeling about things. Not on the surface level, but deep down. How is it that you are feeling on this journey? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling bad? Are you feeling indifferent? Are there things that are really niggling you? Or are you feeling pretty amazing? And that leads me to the last bit. Appreciate the amazing person that you are, warts and all. Now, not anybody on this planet is perfect. Everybody has their flaws. Everybody has their weaknesses. But you also have some pretty amazing strengths, some pretty amazing skills and experience under your belt. And you are one unique and amazing person. So to wrap all of this up, I'm going to share one of my favourite quotes with you from Winston Churchill. And it's one that I come back to time and time again when I'm not feeling so good about things. I keep it at the back of my mind, and it helps me to put things into perspective. And that quote is that success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Now, as I've mentioned, change isn't a bad thing. This whole episode has all been about change and trying to share with you some tips that have helped me on my journey through change. And we all go through it every single day. It's not a bad thing. So try and take some time out to just reflect on the tips that I've shared, to think about the change journey that you're going on, to think about the goals that you are trying to achieve, and to remember that what got you here right now in this moment isn't what's going to get you to where you ultimately want to be. Things have to change, things have to evolve. You have to up-level the person that you are, the things that you do. But don't forget that you are amazing. So thank you for listening today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, I'd love it if you could go over to iTunes or to Spotify or whichever app or platform it is that you're listening to this podcast and give us a like, subscribe, and leave us a comment and a review, because we really enjoy sharing this insight with you. And the more likes, follows, and shares that we get, and the comments and the reviews that we receive, help us to attract more people to this podcast so more people can hear these tips, these insights, and strategies to help them in their lives and in their business. So thank you for listening today. I hope you have a great day, whatever it is that you're doing. And I'll be back next week with more insights, tips, and strategies just for you.